Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Greetings and salutations, how's everybody doing? So, today we're talking about, Star Trek Into Darkness. Beware, there will not be any clips used this time, and as well as the next time when we discuss Star Trek Beyond. Well, reason being is because, well, Paramount can be, they can be very, very particular in that they say no clips. So, I'm going to do my best to try to, if you have not seen the film, I will try to do the best descriptors that one can do for the films in that way. So, what was Star Trek Beyond? Star Trek Into Darkness about? Star Trek Into Darkness was basically the crew of the Enterprise return for another adventure. This time, having to deal with a super soldier and who is trying to, in a way, go get back and save his crew, and in this case, John Harrison. And as well as, there's a lot of conspiracies going on. So, when this film came out, a lot of people were kind of upset in the fact that after the film came out, people just said, oh, this is just a remake of The Wrath of Khan. And here's the thing, I do like The Wrath of Khan. I think it's a great film. It was wonderfully directed. Bond, he did a great job as Khan Noon Singh, and a lot of people are probably upset. They say, oh, they changed Khan to, as white, and with the casting of Benedict Cumberbatch. And one thing I will say is that keep in mind, this is an alternate, realities and all that. Because remember, from the last film, say, this is the Kelvin timeline, so different things have happened and all that, so some character might look like this, some character might look like that. Heck, there's even a comic book that gives details about, say, Khan's, backstory. And yes, I've already spoiled it. So, if you haven't seen this film, I apologize. It's kind of hard to do that. Honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm, compared to the first Star Trek film from 2009, the rebooted by J.J. Abrams. Oh yes, and this film was also directed by J.J. Abrams. I prefer the first film, but I also think this film is actually pretty good too. It's not a little bit, it's not like a film I'm gonna be coming back to, but is it entertaining? Yes. All the characters still are very well written and everything of that nature. Yes. The cinematography, the acting, overall, this is an entertaining film. The effects are really still pretty good. J.J. Abrams does a pretty good job of directing. Heck, we even get some callbacks to The Wrath of Khan by Leonard Nimoy's as Mr. Spock's cameo, and that, hey, yeah, Khan, he was a bad dude. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, because that's all I can be. Say the emotional aspects from the Wrath of Khan where Spock sacrifices himself to try to save the ship. It is redone in this film as well, and I honestly still think the way it's done here, where uh, Kirk is the one who is having to save the day. It works in honesty because at the beginning of the film, Spock tries to stop a volcano erupting, so he almost faces death as well. So in honesty, I kind of think doing a whole switcheroo was actually a pretty kind of cool move, and that say say if they said, okay, we're going through, if they were going to return Khan, then they feel like, say, we got to make some changes, and especially in the fact that, like, say, Kirk, he is still having to, like, say, he's not always wanting to go by the books, the rules, and so, and also he's just trying to, like, realize, like, say, I'm not really thinking I can handle the captain's seat. And everyone's just saying, like, say, you're not ready for this. You gotta realize you need to save everyone all at some time. Still. And, yeah, I kind of like that. And I guess one thing that, I mean, it's cool that I guess that you have Benedict Cumberbatch, because Benedict Cumberbatch is a great actor, honestly. And I guess one thing that just makes me think, like, say, like, I guess, like, say, my whole issue is that it's cool that we have the Khan return. However, I kind of feel like, say, I think we could have had another new villain. I think we should have had another villain in the film, a new villain return for this film. Two, perhaps a villain from one of the aliens from Deep Space Nine or the Arrow films shows. That would have been cool too. I understand why they went with Khan and that Nero was Spock's rival, so we have to give Kirk a rival. And keep in mind, Khan is Kirk's most well-known enemy, so we have that. And I gotta say, as they say, the film has its highlights, like, say, the battle on Kronos. I kind of think that it's a pretty cool look for the planet. It looks pretty cool. It's like, say, like a chemical plant-based planet, and honestly, it looks pretty cool. I like the redesigns for the Klingons. And yeah, I gotta say, the opening sequence when they're running from where, like, say, the crew is trying to save a planet, and in a way they end up interfering with the Prime Directive. So yeah, there's that. I'm sorry, I just think this film's entertaining, and that it kind of helps get the characters to go through character development, which is needed from to get say the characters to become what we know them as from the show. Like, say, Kirk still, I mean, from the Kirk from the first film being an kind of arrogant, but willing to do what he needs to do for his crew, his friends, and all that. And we also get some more character development between Spock and Uhura, and the fact that their relationship at times can be a little bit rocky. So, yeah. And I think at this point of this film, it's like, say, Kirk and Spock's friendship. At this point in for this film, it starts to fully develop. Well, I mean, they still have their little bit of banter, but I believe after this film, like their friendship has in a way gone to fully formed after, like, say, Kirk's sacrifice and all that, as in the fact that he almost beats Khan to a pulp because of what? Because he just feels like, say, he is at rage mode to, because he realizes, like, say, because of you, my friend could be dying and all that. And yeah, overall, I think Star Trek I'm sorry, Star Trek Into Darkness is actually fairly entertaining. But what do you guys think? Put your thoughts in comments down below. Let me know. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll most definitely see you next time. See you later.